the headlines presented by Hyundai. 3 more games to go through here. This is where Chris will give us a headline that has been given to him by Pete, and he will repeat it and claim it as though he thought of it originally.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. See, that's why this will be the last week I let that happen. I'm going to come up with
it's a team effort. It's a team effort.
Nope. This is all Pete.
No, not all. The third one was a team effort.
The third one was collaborative.
But Pete, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what a team does? They
work as a team.
They isolate the people who are special at certain things. And Pete has come up with some very good headlines.
Right.
And so maybe he's just the best in our group at coming up with these headlines.
Yeah.
So we should.
Right. And I believe we've used this headline before. Okay.
Maybe you've said it before.
I'm pretty sure we used it last year at some point.
So this is where Chris is trying to downplay now Pete's headlines so that he can do them all next week.
All right.
Vikings against the Dolphins. Vikings beat the Dolphins 24-16. Your headline for this one is
Za'Darius.
Oh, good job, Pete.
Way to go, Pete. Way to go, Petey.
Za'Darius Smith, 10 quarterback pressures, 4 quarterback hits.
That's insane.
Yeah, 10 pressures in a game.
That's insane. I mean, I again, was, keeping an eye on this football game and certainly saw him around the quarterback.
Yeah.
But when you said 10 quarterback pressures before the podcast, I was like, what?
You're like, really?
It was that much? That was an ass whooping up front, by the Minnesota Vikings. I was really kind of surprised to see that. I know the Dolphins' offense isn't like, the greatest offensive line in the world, but they usually do a pretty good job of doing enough trickeration before the snap, and you have to worry about so many different things that they kind of take away your aggression on the defensive line, and that was not the case yesterday.
It's been real tough for the Dolphins, right? You have the quarterback injuries. Tua, fortunately, looks like he will be coming back for Sunday Night Football against the Steelers coming up this Sunday. But yeah, so the last 2 weeks, they've kind of had to reshuffle their plans. Skylar Thompson has to come in last week, and then this week, Skylar Thompson's starting. Then he gets hurt, out with a thumb injury, so here comes Teddy Bridgewater again.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
It's been tough for Mike McDaniel. So I don't know how much you can evaluate there. They had some opportunities to make some big plays. Jalen Waddle with a fumble late.
Right, it was, a 3rd and 15? I mean, really, the Vikings controlled the football game. They dominated the game. I mean, they dominated. It was 16-3, and you were sitting there going, okay, early on in the game, it was a few big passes, Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, everything was working, and the Dolphins couldn't do anything on the offensive side of the ball. And then kind of got it going in the fourth quarter where they put some drives together, but 16-10, driving the ball, and Jalen Waddle over the middle, like we were talking about, going to convert the first down. Harrison Smith, which I think it was his second forced fumble of the day. I believe it was the second one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was only the first. But he kind of gets a hand on the ball and knocks it out. And then a few plays later, it's Dalvin Cook, close the game out, and see you later, Miami.
That was it. That's basically the summary of the game. So 5-1 for the Vikings.
Shocking.
Where do you put that 5-1?
It's a little like they have more talent than the Giants, but it's not like so much more. I mean, to me, they're one of the shocking stories in the NFC right now. The fact that the Minnesota Vikings are 5-1. The schedule's fallen the right way for them a little bit, just like I think maybe even the Giants to a degree. Maybe more for the Vikings, really. But, yeah, like they're 5-1, but like the Giants, I'm just not sold on it that it's going to last. I'm not. There's things I like, and I know Cousins and the run game and his ability to hit Justin Jefferson, all that, but there's just I can't even put my finger on it a little bit here as far as what I want to say. I guess it's just every game is just like the Giants and skin of the teeth, barely pull it out. And really, I would say, the quality of their opponents have probably been less than the Giants that way.
Well, the one game that they've lost was they just got handled by the Eagles.
They got handled by the Eagles.
Are you one of those teams?
Chances.
Yeah. Are you one of those teams that you can beat up on the teams you're supposed to beat up on, and then when you play at one of the top 5 teams, you're going to lose?
That's where I guess we got to see. Right, and that's what I'm interested to see here. I mean, they got the Eagles game. They did beat Green Bay to start the year, but that's first game of the season. So we'll get a little bit of better feel. They have a bye week, and then they got Cardinals, Commanders, all right, and then they got Bills, Cowboys, Patriots, Jets. So that stretch right there will tell us kind of the real quality of the Minnesota Vikings football team.
You mentioned the Patriots in that stretch. They got another win. 38-15 against the Browns. Your headline for this one is?
Well, last week it was a don't worry, be zappy.
Correct.
And now this week, since we're zappy, we're very zappy.
We're very zappy.
It's zappy hour, baby.
He is the man of the hour right now. 24 of 34, 309 yards. He had 8 different receivers in this game, so he spread the ball around. I think we have a chart on what he did in this game. Yeah, there are the numbers. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. First rookie with a win and a 100 or more passer rating in each of his first 2 starts since Sonny Jurgensen did so in 1957.
Wow.
Got to go all the way back there. Probably played or coached with Bill Belichick back in the day because he's been around forever. So here's the crazy thing about we'll get into Zappe. I want to hear what you think about him. But this is like the Patriots. Like if any other coach was coaching this team, I think we'd be like, wow, well done. But when it's Bill Belichick, it's just like, of course he did that. Of course he faced the number 1 offense in the Lions last week and shut him out.
Right.
Of course he goes to Cleveland and wins by 3 touchdowns with a rookie quarterback.
Right. And with what was Cleveland's offense, the rushing attack ranked, right? Like number 1 rushing offense in football.
Right.
Yeah. Negative Ghost Rider.
It's like if any other coach was coaching the Patriots, we'd be like, man, look at that. That's super impressive. Now with Bill, it's kind of like, yep, he's done this in the past.
Yeah, well, that's where it's kind of up, especially with everybody. And you know, and listen, I questioned it too, but there was people out there that were way more critical of me about the offensive coordinator thing before the year and all of that. And I think to your point, anybody else were going, wow, I just never would have saw this coming. But you never count them out. And, you know, again, the Patriots, it's their ability to run the ball is special. And Cleveland, as you heard me say last night, they sold out to stop the run. And after that, what was it, the 31-yard run, 3rd and 10 touchdown run by Ramondre Stevens, I feel like Cleveland even sold out more, which then just led to Bailey Zappe play-action passes and passing schemes where guys where he catch the ball and you go, there's nobody within 5-6 feet of him. I'm not trying to take away anything from Bailey Zappe. He played really good, really did. He's hitting all the targets that he needs to. The targets are wide open. I just want to say that. But nonetheless, it's a pretty impressive performance. And the Patriots are playing, team football right now. That's for sure, too.
Yeah, he was 6 for 7 on play-action passes for 144 yards and a touchdown.
There was a few where I was like, man, nobody is in the screen here.
Hunter Henry, the 31-yard touchdown. It was
exactly
like no one's covering him.
And I think there was another play even before that on the drive where he threw maybe a seam route to Jonnu Smith on the same drive off of play action where he was running up the left seam and like nobody was in the screen and he got a huge gain. But that's what they do to you right now. They have an overpowering offensive line. They run the right run play into the right looks all the time. And because of that, defenses really have to go, wait, they're elite at that. We have to change what we do to stop that. And therefore, it leads to some great looks in the passing game from Devontae Parker, Hunter Henry, and so on.
Yeah, Tyquan Thornton was a weapon. He's back, first time. Rookie, got hurt in the beginning of the year, made some big plays, touchdown, and then looked fast out there. But Cleveland definitely did help. There was a muffed punt in there.
Yep. Interception early by Jacoby. Right.
A fumble late led to a short field for New England, so they kind of pulled away late there. And they got him out of their running attack. They had 30 or more rushing attempts in each of the first 5 games. They just had 18 rushes for 70 yards yesterday.
Yeah, this is to me where and this is Cleveland, you've heard me say this, right? All right, first off, the Patriots D is good. It's good. But this is to me, the Patriots look like, again, they were like, we're not going to let you run the ball. You're not going to just, pull guards and Nick Chubb's going to run for 8 yards. That wasn't going to happen. Patriots got big people. They can play that style of football. But where they have an advantage in this type of game is, this is to me where, you've heard me say this before, Cleveland doesn't tie together their play action pass well enough. So you can, if you stop the run, they have a few of the basic play action pass plays, but they're just not enough, in my opinion. And then their drop back pass game's pretty simple too. So it's one of those games where I guarantee Bill and the defensive coaching staff said, ooh, I think this is one where we can have our cake and eat it too. I can play run defense and coach our guys up to what to expect, to what patterns they're going to run in certain formations. And we can kind of stop the run and the pass game because it's just not that complicated, nor is it nearly like special talented in the pass game either. And Njoku's the man. Amari Cooper's real good, but I'm not going to say a superstar. And, so they don't pose a ton of problems or put pressure on you in that department when the run game's not working quite the way it should be.
Browns are 2-4 right now. They're 2-4.
I mean,
so
that's
a few
just
weeks away from Deshaun Watson coming back.
I
so
mean,
that'll be interesting.
2-4. They got to be sitting there just kicking themselves. 2-4 with some of the losses they've had. They have 2 games, right, that they clearly should not have lost, and they kind of blew. Whether it was the Jet game and what was the other game? Well, the Chargers game last week, certainly. Yeah. And you can even go back to Atlanta game. I mean, their season is really close to being completely different, and now it's on the verge of, oh, shit, we might can be 2-6 here after playing Baltimore and Cincinnati in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be a big test for the Cleveland Browns.
Huge 2 weeks for them. Huge 2 weeks. This was a big week for the Rams, taking on a Panthers team that's in disarray, firing their head coach. They got an interim coach in there. You got to win this game. And early on, it looked hard for them early on, but they do get the win. They pull away late. 24-10 was the final score. Your headline for this game is?
Here's to you, Mr. Robinson. It's good that you showed up and caught a pass.
Whoa. Hey. That was good. I like that one.
Where have you been, Mr. Robinson? The Rams and Stafford have been looking your way.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, that was good.
Damn.
All right, clip it. That's all. That's the analysis right there. Wow, that was
drop.
You didn't even practice that.
No,
that just came to you.
I just did free
in the moment
right there. Yeah,
I love that. And it came to Allen Robinson finally, a pass in the end zone that he caught. Wasn't a huge day, but still was his best day as a Ram so far. 5 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. I think that's a good place to start with this game because if the Rams are going to be anything, like he needs to be part of it, right?
100%. And again, it's not a lot to look at to go, oh wow, the Rams, they should feel better. They got their problems fixed. No, it's still way too hard. They have a hard time making big plays. Stafford's still under too much pressure. Their run game is incapable of opening up holes. But fortunately for them, they played a team that I swear you can take the defense off the field, and I'm not sure they could go down and execute a touchdown drive. So that's where they benefit. I mean, the Carolina Panthers are offensively challenged, and their defense is still solid, but there's only so much they can take and so much they can be on the field before the dam finally breaks and they start to give up some plays.
How do you like P.J. Walker's numbers as a quarterback? Did you see him?
Yes.
10 of 16 for 60 yards.
I'm like, I don't even know how that's like some of these numbers lately. I don't even know how
that's possible.
I don't even know how it's possible.
Eason did come in.
Eason came in and made some plays at the end, threw an interception when they got down there close to the red zone one time. But yeah, it's unbelievable. And again, not that I'm sitting here saying they should be one of the top offenses in football, but they got enough guys there. They shouldn't be one of the worst offenses in football. I'm amazed by the offensive output there, and yeah, Carolina stinks. There's no doubt about that, and we'll see. I don't feel a whole lot different from the Rams. I don't. It's just life's hard right now, and they're going to have to depend on their defense to continue to be stingy. And Stafford, almost like Matt Ryan, right, where it just is a number of 5 and 10 yard throws where I go, whoa, what a job, what a throw.
Yeah.
Like what a way to hang in the pocket and move there and buy yourself a time before you get your head knocked off. That's where I give him a lot of credit. And that was an ugly football game, but they controlled it for the most part. Other than that interception, right, pick 6, that was the only time the game got a little dicey. But they go down on a long drive, third quarter, tie it up. And the game was really never the same after that.
They got a bye next week, this coming week, and then they have the 49ers and the Bucks, and then at the Bucks. So that'll be interesting for them too.
It will be.
Who are they? Who are those other teams too? I find out a lot.
Agreed.
That's our last game,
Whoa.
and that was Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai.
Thanks for watching, homies. Hit subscribe to see all my unbuttoned videos. You get to see me, Ahmed Fareed, all the big player breakdowns, game breakdowns, player interviews, and my film analysis. So please subscribe. Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out.